Lastly is aggressive interruptions. And this you'll usually get with people who are one, disagreeable. There's two types of people in the world. There's agreeable and disagreeable people. I'm an agreeable person. I like to make other people happy. I like to be in rapport. But there's a lot of people who are disagreeable. And a lot of the time, some guys who are really successful used to get in their way are disagreeable. And you'll be going through the pitch, even if he called you, right? You guys set an appointment, he was interested. He's calling into you. You're going through, and he's like, listen, man, I don't need to hear all that, right? And he goes through and he's like, here's what I need. He's trying to take control over the conversation, which you don't want. Okay. You want to be, this is your home. You're in control of the conversation. Doesn't matter how much money he makes. Okay. I mean, it's your choice. If it's your own business, you can choose whether you want to do business with disagreeable people. You know, my clients now, I like all of them. It's pleasant conversation. I won't deal with people who are rude to me. But it depends, you know, for you, I guess, how much money's involved, whether you're selling for yourself or for a corporation. When I was in sales, I had to take everyone. And I had a bunch of clients that I didn't like because I needed to make 40,000 a month in revenue to keep my job. But now you know you're in a position where he's trying to take control of the conversation. Okay. But what you got to recognize is that if he wasn't at least interested in your product, he wouldn't be calling. And you're not going to be able to close him when you're playing defense like that. And you're, well, actually, and he's like, well, I don't think you guys could do this. And you're like, you're in defense, you're scared. He can tell you're shaking. And he's hearing like, I don't have confidence in that. My partner in sales, sometimes when I hear an aggressive interruption, I'll come over and I'll get involved and I'll check the guy. I'll be like, hey man, look, you know, we let's not get the conversation started like this. Okay. I want us to be in cooperation here, not combat. All right. Happy to help you, but we got to be on the same page. You lower your voice, you turn the volume up a little bit, and you'd be surprised. Like a lot of these guys are like, oh, I wasn't trying to, you know, be just disagreeable or something, because no one's checked them in the last 5 years. Okay. But you have to check when someone's being aggressive, because you've lost control over the frame, you've lost the position, and then you want to be able to be like, yeah, no problem. So like, here's, you know, and go back to in cooperation as much as possible. But it also might be a point where if they keep pushing up on you, you know, you go right into a takeaway, right? You go right into like, you know, might not be a fit for you, because you're never going to be able to close a guy when he's in aggression and he's pushing really hard. Like he has to fall in line at some point for you guys to get an agreement. He can fall in and out of it, but he has to come back to an agreement before. And if he just keeps pushing up on you, you can pull out the nuclear weapon, which is like you turning him down, right? You know, maybe it's not a fit for you. Now this is kind of geared towards more inbound selling, inbound high ticket. It's up to you. Like a Grant Cardone would probably never do that. Maybe he would do a takeaway, but from what I've read, he's all follow up. He's follow up forever. He's pushed through forever. But I know with, you know, 99.9%, that guy's not going to close, you know, and I need to convert him now. I need to get him under control now, or we're never going to do business together. Sometimes the only move is to be able to do a takeaway to where he's starting to see like, oh, shit, this guy's serious. He's willing to not do business with me. Maybe I should check my tone, because I actually do want this product and I can't find this service anywhere else. But ultimately, that's usually the worst situation to deal with, is like those aggressive interruptions. And you do have to check those. You have to get the person on the same page with you, and you can't allow them to take control of the conversation where you're playing defense, because one, you know, you're being disrespected. Two, you're not going to be able to close them for that position. You need to be able to close high ticket from a position of authority. Now that's an agreeable and friendly authority, and it's not a heavy-handed authority, but it's an authority nonetheless. Okay. Number 3, the only objection is money. Okay. When people don't buy from you, it's always about the money. Okay. It's always about the money. But value and trust are the funnels. Okay. Like a funnel with value at the top, trust in the middle, and then down at the bottom is money. Okay. Value meaning that your service has or product is valuable. Okay. Trust meaning that you can deliver the value and won't hurt their reputation. And money, that your product is worth the money. And that's what it all comes down to. There's different objections for each of those areas. Okay. But really it's money at the end of the day. Okay. It filters down like a casino into the count room of money. All right. That's what everything filters down into. At the end of it all, after everything comes down to, once they value your product, once they trust you, it's about giving you the money. That's what every objection is, okay? Because they do it for free, right? They buy your insurance policy for free, or the house you're trying to sell them for free, or the personal training, fitness coaching for free. They do it for free, okay? It's about the money. Whatever they say out of their mouth, it's about the money, okay? When the pain of spending money is greater than the solution, the client or customer won't buy. Despite whatever words come out of their mouth, money's the only objection. They buy your insurance policy was free, right? Whatever it is, they buy it for free. So your job as a salesman or as an entrepreneur who's selling high ticket services is to get them down to the pain of paying and get them to agree that it's more painful not having your solution or product in their life than it is to pay you the money. Okay, that's what selling is at its core. And that said, it's still a funnel. Okay, you have to funnel through value and interest and then trust to get to the money. Some people, like, they're not going to take a 1997 Palm Pilot even if it was free because they don't value that, okay? And for some services, even if it was free, they're not going to do it because they don't trust you, like Facebook marketing or whatever. Some people might not trust you getting in there and seeing all their sensitive data and being able to use their credit card, okay? So that's why it's a funnel. But in many services, like let's say you're selling an iPhone, like they'll take that for free, whether they trust you or value you or not. I guess they'd have to value the iPhone, but at the end of the day, once those two filters or levels in the funnel are checked, it's all about the money. And when they're signing the check, it's all about the money. It's about that it's more painful for them to hold on to that money than it is to pay you. Okay? It's more painful for them to continue to have that problem that you're selling the solution to, like not having a house, not having insurance, not being fit, than it is to pay you the money. All right. Number 4, this might be one of the most important ones, is don't sound like a salesman. I know that sounds totally counterintuitive, but the last thing you want to sound like when you're selling is a salesman. Okay. You want to be talking to people like I'm talking to you right now, human to human conversation, not, hey guys, I've got a great offer for you. Let me read on the script for about 10 minutes. Okay. That is like, everyone hates salesmen. Okay. There's a massive knee-jerk reaction towards someone, being on the phone with someone who sounds like they're reading, sounds like a salesman. Okay. You don't trust them. It sounds disingenuous. You don't have confidence in them because they can't speak to you normally. And you don't have a connection or a rapport with them. Okay. You want to be able to go right in and assume rapport, just like I'm talking to you right now. Hey man, how you doing? I got some sales tips for you, right? And you want to be able to maintain that rapport so they feel comfortable with you, so they feel like they can trust you, so they feel like they like you. And so they feel like when they're getting problem solved and answered, questions answered, they're being answered by an intelligent human who's there to help them hold their hand through solving this, costly problem, buying their house, buying the $10,000 insurance package, buying the $10,000 personal training package, right? You're here to help them, guide them through that process, and you're going to be here with them the entire way after the purchase to make sure that, the deal's going through and everything like that, okay? And that type of person that they're looking for doesn't sound like a salesman, all right? It's a problem solver, and it's, hey man, I'm speaking to human, man to man, entrepreneur to entrepreneur, which is a great frame if you're selling to other entrepreneurs, because you can go into his pain point, but like, my business is, I feel the same way, I work hard to earn my money, et cetera, et cetera. So really important is don't sound like a salesman.